Yes. Moving further with we yesterday started map reading where we came to know what maps are. They are the flat representation of the part of a place or the whole world. Then we talked of globes. Globes are the artificial man-made representation of Earth. They are always made as a whole. Then we read about the cartographers or the cartography, that is the art of making the maps, drawing the maps to scale and perfection is known as cartography. And the one who does it accurately with all the scientific means and measures is a cartographer. Then we also did the comparison between globe and map, where we came to know here that the globe cannot be made for a single part of the earth. It is always made in a complete way. It shows us the accuracy of the relative position of one place with the other, and so on. We made the comparisons. Then we talked of Atlas. Atlas is a collection of collection of maps where all the maps are drawn, and it was first taken up by a man or a person called Mercator in the 16th century. He named this whole collection of maps after drawing all various maps accurately. He named this collection as Atlas, or the cover page, because had an image of the Greek god called Atlas. He was a mythological giant who held the earth on his shoulders. Okay, now we come on to types of maps. Now we know that maps are drawn on the basis of information. Now please underline information. Now this is very important. Why? Because there are different types of maps, and one is dependent upon the information it is giving. Now, if the map is giving information regarding the physical features, annual rainfall, vegetation, etc., then it is called a physical map of India. Now, can you see this? This is a physical map of India, where actually you don't have these lines drawn here with the Great Himalayas, the Indo-Gangetic Plains, but the actual form, how India looks, the physical features, where there are mountains, where there are hills, where there are deserts, all these features which are represented, they are called the physical map. So the information given here is telling about the type of landforms. In the same connection, I would like to show you one more thing. Now, I opened my Google Maps, okay, and I am, see this India. Now, where you're seeing this home is my home. But basically, what I wanted to show you, can you hear me?
Yes,
One of you,
ma'am.
okay, okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, okay,
Yes,
got it. Switch off your mic. Thank you. So, now this is the physical map. What India appears presently when you see through a satellite. Yeah, and that representation when we take up in a map is called a physical map. Yeah. Now, the information given here, can you see the area is quite green? Can you see the greenery of the area? Just a second, let me show you more nicely. Now, can you see the physical features? The areas which are green are telling you the greenery. And can you see that in India, top, this area is brown? That means there are mountains here. Can you see this Rajasthan area? There's a desert here, the barren land. Yeah. Now, this is a physical map. The map which basically shows the physical features is a physical map. Yeah. Now we talk of the next thing. According to, let me read it out the first paragraph. They represent physical features, annual rainfall, vegetation, etc. They may also classified on the basis of a scale used for drawing the maps. Underline scale. Now, we know that the maps type could be classified in two ways. First, the information that they are giving. According to the information, the map could be physical, political, or thematic. Okay. Now, according to the scale, a map could be a large scale map or a small scale map. Now, we still don't know the meanings of most of these terms. So, basically, there are two types of maps. First is the maps which give us information. Now, in this information map, there are three types of maps: the physical map, the political map, and the thematic map. Then, based on the scale, there are two types of maps: large scale maps and small scale maps. Though we have not dealt just now in this paragraph, but I've told you all. So, just now, let's read and then I'll tell you about them in detail as we move further. According to the information represented, maps may be classified as follows. Now, see again, they are taking information. According to the information, let's see how the map is classified, as I told you, into three: physical, political, and thematic. Can you all see this? Physical, political, thematic. Now, physical maps contain information about relief features or landforms of the Earth's surface, like mountains, peaks, plateaus, plains, rivers, oceans, etc. So, whatever physical feature a particular place really has is called a physical map. Like the one which I showed you just now had physical features. This is a physical map. Clear? Now let's talk of political maps. Political maps show the boundaries between different countries along with their states, capitals, cities, towns, and villages. Now, can you see this particular map? This is a political map of India. Actually, you don't see these maps drawn when you see from a satellite. Right now, you don't see states demarcated. You don't see a proper demarcation. But as you see, can you see now the small little boundaries here and there drawn with light white colored small dashes? Can you see? So, which will be visible? It will be visible more correctly here because it is colorful. Now, political maps are basically the boundaries drawn. Now, actually, no country draws a boundary. It's not nature that the nature has drawn these boundaries. It is the man-made boundary. Clear? So you can see this is called a political map. Can you see the states of India here? Uttar Pradesh. So these are the boundaries. Rajasthan. All these are the boundaries drawn. And can you see the international boundaries? How the boundary of India and Pakistan have been demarcated. How the boundary of Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, China, these are the boundaries demarcated. Now, actually, they are not present. It is the man made effort. This part, which is colorful, that we called India, that is our country. So, these are political maps which show you these boundaries drawn, states and capitals well marked, with cities, towns, and villages well demarcated. Clear? Now, if you see further, supposing I turn this into a now, can you see now the boundaries are quite easily visible? Now they are showing you the roads connecting here. So because it's a Google map, that's why. So basically, this is now turned into a political map. Okay. Now coming on to thematic map. Now thematic, the word tells you it comes from a theme. What theme do I want? Now supposing I want to know the iron ore deposits. Iron ore means कहाँ कहाँ iron मिलता है इंडिया में. So those are thematic maps. Now whichever place has iron will be shown. Clear? So let's read about what thematic maps are. Thematic maps show only selected features. They are based on specific information. They may be cultural maps depicting roads, railways, industries, minerals, population, etc. They may be climatic maps showing rainfall or temperature. They may be a geographical map based on types of rock and their age. So maps may also depict the natural vegetation, wildlife, or soil. So basically, thematic maps are the maps which are depicting only a particular theme. Now let's see the Google map. Now see, supposing I want to see the roads. Now it is yellow roads all over. They are connecting places with each other. These this map, which was earlier shown as a physical map, see here, this turns into a physical map. Now it is a physical map. Now I turn it into a political map by just a second. Can you see the boundaries? And then I turn it into a physical map by just elaborating, zooming it up. It will start showing you the places connected. So just now I'm showing you the road map. Clear? The roads which are connecting. So now this theme of the map is I want to see the roads. Clear? So this is what it is all about. See the connecting road from Delhi to Agra and to Kanpur leading to Lucknow. Yeah, so these are thematic maps. Now we come on to based on the scale chosen for a map, the map could be classified as follows. Which I told you was the scale. The scale is the same scale that we talk of as ruler, the, the instrument through which we draw the line. Now, a scale is classified into a small scale map or a large scale map. Now, children, this is a concept very new to you, so listen to it very carefully. Small scale maps show very large areas on a single map. Hence, they cannot show the details. Example maps in atlases, especially world maps or maps of countries and continents. Scale is 1 ratio 1,000 kilometers. Now, or it could be 1 centimeter, 1,000 kilometers. Now, first, let us understand small scale maps. The small scale maps are those maps which have on the paper, they cover a larger area of a place. If you see, this is a small y. If you see the scale here, can you see the scale here? See the top, see the bottom line. Scale, can you see? If you have your book, please open your book and see the scale given on that map. Now you will find that small, that is 1 centimeter on the paper is showing you a huge area on the map. When a big area is covered, it is called a small scale map. See, small scale है, लेकिन area they are covering a large area, isn't it? In just not even 1 centimeter, 100 kilometers are shown by just 1 centimeter. That means small area is small scale is taken and a huge distance is shown. I will show you through this. Can you see a scale given here right now? It disappears. The moment I zoom it, it gets in. See here, down below, it disappears 200 mi, 500 kilometers. That means, supposing if we zoom it, we are making it from a small scale map, we are making it a large scale map. Now, large scale maps are those maps which, now can you see, big distances can only be, see, I'm zooming off the distance, now you can see. Now, this will be called a large scale map where only a small little area is seen. Can you see on the screen? Only a see. This is a large scale map where Delhi, only Delhi is shown. That means a small area is taken and big scales are used. In a large scale map, you cover a small area in detail. Here, right now, we are only able to see New Delhi. Now, this is a large scale map. Large scale, that means scales. The distance has been increased, elaborately done, but area has turned small. And now this is a small scale map. Got it? Small scale maps take larger areas, they cover larger areas in small things. Can you see? Like supposing, see here, this is my home, my home Aliganj. This is my home in Aliganj. And can you see P3 written somewhere? That is a distance from my home to my friend's house. Okay. So now this is the distance which I could only show through a large scale map. How come? Because I have increased the scales from my place to this place. If I take the area and I see the direction, can you see the direction? It is showing that it is just 14 minutes run from this place to the other place. Did you get it? Now this shows a large scale map. It is 5.6 kilometers, and 5.6 kilometers actually on the ground. If I start walking, it will take a larger area. But to show it on a map, can you see it has been shown like this? So this is what basically we talk of on a large scale and a small scale. Let me quickly read out the large scale maps. Large scale maps show small areas with greater details. Example, guide maps of cities, scales could be 1 is to, yeah, 1 centimeter could be 100 meters. Clear? Like supposing if you are in Cathedral School, now from school to your house, actually on the ground, supposing you're living 5 kilometers away. Actually on the ground, you are 5 kilometers, your house is from the school. But can you draw a map showing five kilometers? You cannot draw 5 kilometer long map on a paper. So what do? We reduce the scale. Supposing for every 1 kilometer we take 1 centimeter. So supposing I'm living 5 kilometers away from school, my distance will be 5 centimeters on the map or on the paper. So did you get it? So the concept of large scale and small scales is basically the scales of measurement to show. Now here is another map. This is a thematic map of India showing railway routes. And you see these rail connecting routes? These are the railway routes. Now we know, we talk of the essential features of maps. What are the basic features in a map? So the basic features of a map are components of a map. Components means what are basically the contents of the map. A map should always have these three things. What are these three things? The three components of map are direction, distance, and symbols. That means a map should always have a direction, in which direction we are moving. It should always have a scale. That means actually on the land what the distance is, and actually on the map what the distance is. And then it should have signs and symbols. Now, what are these signs and symbols? Now, on a map, you cannot draw all the things. These are signs and symbols. To draw the boundaries, you follow this symbol. To draw a state boundary, you draw this symbol. Or you can come here in on a map, supposing there's a village or people living, so this is the symbol. For fort, this is the symbol. Okay, for to draw a hut, temple, churches, mosque, graveyards, these are the symbols. Here, so every map has a symbol accordingly to the choices. We stop here for today. I hope the concept is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.